What's up, everybody? So, super impromptu live, but I don't feel like doing the 4 videos. So, I'm going to see if anybody comes in and then we can talk about this really, really quick. Otherwise, I will do this video and then I'll just get it posted tomorrow. I'll just get it posted later. So let's see. See if I can pull my notes up. Okay, what's up, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, everybody. What's up, y'all? Let me know if you can hear me so I can make sure the mic is on. We not going to be on here long at all. We'll just do this, talk about these people real quick. And then we can mosey on. If you guys can hear me, let me know. I see some of y'all in here. So write in the chat if you can hear me. Put an emoji or something. Oh, we can do the ring tonight for decision day. So put something in the comments if you guys can hear me, because I see the thumbs up. Okay, hey Sharon. Hey Beach, hey Toya. Queen in Jeans, YouTube. All right, y'all. Hey Erica. All right, so my cutoff is 10. I got to work in the morning. But I said I was going to go live tonight just to do a quick recap of decision day. I feel like there was not a lot to it. If there is some time, because I don't have a lot of notes, if there is some time, as I said on my community tab, I will go through and I will post the link if you guys want to come up and talk about the season. I know we have everybody's answer aside from Shaq's, which I feel like we know what he's going to say. What did y'all think? What did y'all think about decision day? I didn't like the format of it tonight at all. I didn't like the format at all tonight. I will say that. I think the format is trash. I didn't like the follow-up questions that they did. I don't know why Pastor Cal and them were asking all these like random follow-up questions. Everything was weird tonight. MAFS fan kind of threw us off. I assumed that this would be like 2 couples and 2 couples. I don't know. The whole vibe was off. Maybe it's because I'm tired. Maybe it's because I am tired. Not you hate it, Christian. Not you hate the show. Preview has spoilers. Right. That's the thing too. So because we know that Dominique and Clint end up kissing, and then we know that McKinley and Gina, because we know that it took all the hype surrounding decision day out because we knew what was gonna happen. Exactly. Thank you, Maris. Thank you, Maya. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to talk about this real quick? I want to wait just in case somebody else comes in, because I know it's going to turn into... Did you talk about them already? Are y'all going to watch the Life After Decision Day? Are y'all going to watch that? To find out about those people? Find out what's going on? I feel like we don't need 3 episodes of it, to be real. I think we will be okay with just 1 episode Maybe like they did the Where Are They Now the past couple seasons. I don't think we need 3 episodes of it. I don't think we need that at all, for sure. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead, thumbs up the video. Hey. Thumbs up the video, y'all, and then we will get started in a moment. Oh, before that, are you guys watching Martha's Vineyard? So I have recaps up for that. Housewives of Atlanta. I'm thinking about doing Love Island. I know Love Island starts next week. No, I'm sorry, next month. So I'm thinking about doing Love Island. I'm gonna do Ultimatum, Run the World. I'll be doing that. That starts. Hey, Phil. 3 episodes is a lot. It's an unnecessary amount for sure. Where's the new season? Just bring on the new season. I don't fully get this. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. Let me get the episode titles so we can be official. It's a lot of people that feel like they're done. And I think it's because it's such a long season. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is TammyTalks, where I break down TV shows and pop culture one video at a time with my own thoughts, opinions, and theories. All right. So this is Married at First Sight, season 16, episode 20, Our Last Rodeo, aka Decision Day. All right, y'all. Let's start with like the morning of the night after. I feel like this shouldn't have been in this episode, but the episode starts off with Shaq. He's about to fall off the damn bed, all right? So Kirsten wants to know if he is nervous or not about Decision Day. You know, in less than 24 hours, they will all be on their way to making their decision. Hopefully everybody, getting a divorce, but they're still unsure. So she's asking him what would make him say no. Shaq's response is, well, if I'm not at 100%. I said 100%. So she asks him, are you at 100%? He says no. He don't know what percent he at, but he knows it's not 100. I'm so sick of Shaq. I am sick and tired of Shaq. So she then admits that she's not at 100% either. So what are we talking about? If you're not at 100% yourself, why are you questioning him? And if he is at 100%? Like, what's wrong with these people? So she says that if he says no, she's going to get up and just walk away. Girl, get ready. I hope you have a comfortable shoe on. Because I don't think Shaq is going to say yes. I don't. So then in the confessional, Kirsten says that she is now comfortable with him now. Her guard is now down, but she doesn't know if they have what it takes to make their marriage work. We then pan over to Chris and Nicole. Chris thinks that taking time apart is good while they make this decision. Nicole does not, because in Nicole's mind, if you take too much time away from her and we get out of our little bubble of where, everything is good and I can kind of keep my nails, my claws sunk into you, then you might think about, damn, this heifer is crazy. And now you do want to get a divorce. So she tells him that she's worried about him changing his mind. She's scared that, time apart is going to give them a reason to not want to stay married. They're going to be sitting back thinking, you know what? She do talk too damn much. You know what? She does, need too much reassurance. I don't really want that. So she doesn't even want him to have the time to properly think. That's a red flag, and that's very selfish of you, Nicole. Very, very selfish. Chris says in his confessional that if she is going to keep questioning him, it will be a wrench in the marriage, and he does not want, he doesn't want to live like that. She's going to continually question you. She's going to. It's inevitable. She's going to. We get to Airris and Jasmine. So Airris asks Jasmine, what is Duchess going to do with him leaving? That dog don't care. You're not the owner. So Jasmine said that she will miss him, but she's happy to have the time apart for them to think. Her reasoning for saying yes is they would have so much fun together. I said, y'all have fun? When? When? What fun did y'all have? The kayak last episode? Oh, Jasmine. So he said his reasoning to say yes would be that they have a solid foundation and they do have fun. He feels that even though he has been difficult, they have both still grown. Jasmine feels that the experts opened her mind to see that they really did have some intimacy. So basically, both of y'all thought that intimacy was sex. That's what that means. Because as much as people want to put it just on Airris, it was Jasmine too. It was Jasmine too. Jasmine had a one-track mind from the moment she saw her husband. And what was that one-track mind? She wanted to have sex way more than I feel like anybody else in the history of this show. That's all she talked about every single episode. In his confessional, Airris said that saying yes would mean him staying committed, and he feels that he has already been committed because he is not left. I noted that Airris needs some new luggage. Did y'all see how filthy that luggage was? Did y'all see that? Was that a design or was that like dust and dirt on the luggage? Was it me? So you don't wipe your luggage down after you get done traveling? We just come in the house and he needs new luggage. With whatever check y'all get from this show, it is imperative that Airris buy either new luggage or Clorox wipe. One of the two, babe. One of the two. So then finally we get Gina and Clint. Gina thinks that the time apart will be good so that they can truly process everything. She feels that it is them constantly going back to back to back to back to back, doing a bunch of different things, meeting with this expert, doing this activity. And I can imagine that. I feel like they probably, they have call times. So there probably is a lot of running back and forth, a lot of set times, a lot of things that we don't see. So I can understand that. Clint thinks in his confessional that 95% of their time together was good. I said, 95%? 95? Whew. 95. All right, so let's get to decision day itself. Let's start with Jasmine and Airris because I got them up on the screen. So they get there. Airris is dressed like the Joker with a red suit and a yellow shirt. Nonetheless, Airris said that they have a very peaceful household. There's not a lot of big drama. There's no blow up. So he said the house always smells good. There's always fresh flowers. It's just a very peaceful environment to come home to. He never felt anxious or like he didn't want to come home. He liked coming home. Okay. Jasmine said that the challenge for her was him not being attracted to her. We know you told us every single episode, every single chance you got, you let us know that he wasn't attracted to you. We got it, sis. We got it. Airris thinks that she has given 100%. He doesn't know if he has given 100% because he started so late. We can answer that for you, Airris. You did not. You did not give 100%. You don't have to think about that. I don't know why you're questioning yourself with that. You know you didn't give 100%. He feels that they do have a strong connection. Says that she is the most attractive when she is herself and when she is confident. Confidence is very attractive, whether it is in a man or a woman. Confidence in self-esteem is extremely, 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 extremely attractive. So he said that he didn't do a good job with changing that narrative for her. So maybe if he would have had more, positive reinforcement, maybe if he would have gave her more compliments, he felt that would have, caused her to stand in her confidence, the bad bitch that she became at the end of the episode. Jasmine now says that she knows what she wants and desires in a marriage, and she says that she wants a divorce. Good. You put yourself first. Good. Airris then is like, he gives his little spiel and it's like, I want a divorce too. It doesn't matter. She already said she wants one. I don't know why he answered. Why did the second person answer in any of these situations? If Jasmine already said no, you have no choice but to say no, Airris. It doesn't matter. So he agrees that the marriage wasn't the way that they wanted. It was not what he was expecting. He thought that he would be smitten in his marriage. Valid. So then Pastor Cal said, what are some deal breakers that you guys have now that you did not have before? Now, I don't know why they even felt the need to bring this up, because it was messy, it was unnecessary, and it caused drama. There was literally no need for y'all to ask them what deal breakers do they now have. They have both said divorce. Let them get up and go back home. There's no need to keep this going, but let's be messy, okay? So Airris said self-love. He said that when two people that love each other come together, when two people that love each other come together and form a bond, then that is when, love, it's a better situation for everybody. That's a very valid point. Nothing wrong with that statement whatsoever, right? Jasmine takes that as you're saying, I don't love myself. He's saying that you don't have self-esteem, which is what we all have been saying. Which is what you have, I believe, hinted at a time or two before. That's what he's saying. You don't have self-esteem, Jasmine. You don't. You don't. Y'all don't want to hear it because y'all hate Airris, but everything that he said was legit. So then he tells her that there are times when if something was going on between the two of them in that marriage, it affected how she felt about herself, which we saw on camera. Jasmine did not show up as her best self over and over and over, because in the back of her mind, it was, Airris doesn't find me attractive. Airris doesn't find me attractive. Airris doesn't want to sleep with me. Airris doesn't want to, we heard it constantly. If you have high self-esteem and you feel that you were just that girl, you don't care. He don't want to sleep with you. He's not attracted to you. You don't have to keep saying it over and over and over and over, because what is that proving? It's not making him want you anymore. We saw that. It's not going to make that man want you anymore. He was asked, what is a deal breaker? A deal breaker for him is somebody that does not have self-love throughout, no matter what is going on. He was asked. The issue is that Pastor Cal should have never asked about deal breakers. What does it matter at this point? Airris then goes on and says that, depending on the temperature with each other, you weren't yourself. It caused you to not be yourself. Jasmine finds all the confidence she didn't have the first 87 episodes of the season, and she now gets defensive and said that she is a bad bitch and she knows this about herself, and he has commitment issues and she never got effort, and he wasn't ready to be married and all this other stuff. But just last week you were saying that you can see a future with y'all. So now we're going tit for tat. And people don't want to acknowledge it. People don't want to hear it. But that shows Jasmine's emotional immaturity as well. Neither one of them were ready to get married. Jasmine lacks self-esteem. Jasmine lacks self-esteem. We have said this all throughout this entire season. There have been tons of YouTubers that have pointed that out. Jasmine lacks self-esteem. She has heard that she doesn't speak up for herself. She has heard that she doesn't communicate. She said it herself. In her previous relationships, she has been told that she has the same issue over and over and over. So what are you getting, so they're done. They're both done. Good. Both can go their separate ways. Airris was not ready to be married. Neither was Jasmine. Maybe if she had more self-esteem, if she had higher self-esteem, if she exuded more confidence, he would have liked her. Maybe not. He didn't like her. It's not the end of the world. That's what happens when you come onto a show and you marry a stranger. There's a 50-50 chance that that person is going to like you. They got the bad 50% of it. They got the bad half of it. How do y'all feel about them? Hey, Monique. Tired of the experts trying to make fetch happen. They did try to low-key guilt them into staying together. It's weird. Yes, Jasmine should have said no. I thought she was going to say yes. I really did. She should have said no. Absolutely should have said no. I thought Airris looked shook when she said no. He was kind of stumbling over his words after that. I think he was shocked. I don't think he was shook. I think Airris full well knew she was going to say no. Airris wanted her to say no. Airris wanted her to say no so that he wouldn't look like the bad guy if he then said yes. She shrunk herself a lot and he didn't find it attractive. I've said that over and over. And I got told that I was on Airris' side and I like Airris and all this other stuff. Jasmine did not exude confidence whatsoever. When she was hanging out with the girls, then she, was rolling her neck and popping her fingers and everything that she wanted to say. In her confessionals, she was that bitch. In her confessionals, she was that girl. But when she was in front of Airris, she was skinning and grinning every time he so much as blinked at her. He did not find that, he didn't find it attractive. Airris himself is not attractive. Girl, you should have told him you ain't that good looking either. That's really all you had to do. Humble that nigga real quick. She didn't do that. They both have self-esteem issues. Jasmine's are just more obvious. I didn't have high hopes for either one of them. Exactly. They both have self-esteem issues. Both of them. I find that hard to believe. Every person has been rejected. I don't know if it was because she was basically rejected on TV, but I refuse to believe that Jasmine has gone through life into her 30s without hearing somebody say or without getting the notion that somebody wasn't physically attracted to her. She harped on that. When they could have had some conversations, did some more, communication, and maybe they would have found, oh, we got this in common, this in common, this in common. A big part of that was Jasmine. Y'all weren't ready for that, though. So let's move on to Shaquille. I guess the window's open. Actually, let's go to Clinton and Gina. Gina feels that she has learned that she does want to be married. Okay. I guess Gina feels that this process has taught her, I'm ready to be married. I said, okay. It should have told yourself that at the beginning at the wedding date, but whatever. So Clint has learned to make the other person feel special. He has also learned to not always say whatever it is that is top of mind. We have to think before we speak. That is what Gina was not attracted to. So when she said Clint is bizarre and out of this world and center of attention and life of the party, that's what she's referring to. She didn't like the fact that anything that he thought he would blurt out. That's not her style. We also saw a clip, which I don't even remember seeing, where she said that she does not like drinking and partying and stuff. So it makes all the more sense why whenever Clint would drink and party and stuff like that, she wasn't exactly the happiest. That's not her. That's not her. That's not her zhuzh. That's not what she does. It's not what she enjoys doing. Both are fine. Both are fine. So they both think that they do well as a couple in group settings. They're able to play off of each other, work the room, banter just as well with the other couples. They both said that the rodeo is the most fun and the best bonding that they have done together. They had a good time at the rodeo. It looked like fun. Next time I'm in Nashville, I want to go to the rodeo. They feel that 95% of the time they are having fun. Dr. Pepper was me when she was like, oh, okay, 95%. Wow. Because if y'all are having fun 95% of the time that y'all are together, y'all would be in a happily married marriage. Y'all would be in a happy marriage. It wouldn't have been y'all sleeping in separate rooms. Clint liked waking up and knowing that someone was there and that he can have somebody to hang out with and do whatever they wanted to for the day. He said that Gina would lean on him for advice and to just talk and have conversations with. Okay. Gina said that she loved waking up, making a cup of coffee, and taking Hank for a walk together every morning, and that he was a big support for her in the craziness of her business. This would have been the time for Clint to be like, your business has taken over everything that you want to do in life. Your business has taken over everything that our marriage. We didn't talk about anything. We know that Gina has a single mother. She did not know her father. I believe Gina is a single child, or only child, I should say. But that's really all we know about Gina. We don't know anything else about Gina. We don't know Gina's favorite color. We don't know Gina's favorite band. We don't know Gina's favorite TV show. We don't know anything about Gina aside from the fact that one of her stylists quit and that she went to hair school, which is, I don't like the fact that she calls it hair school. It's not cosmetology school. Gina said, I went to hair school. And I believe the building said hair school. So it's very bootleg if you ask me. Nonetheless, Gina said that the struggle for her was having a friendship, but not getting there on a romantic level. So Dr. Pepper is confused about that. And I guess I don't understand what's confusing about that. People have platonic friends all the time. I have male friends that I am very close with that we do not have anything romantic between the two of us. It happens. It happens. So Clint said that in his past relationships, they have worked because they like to do the type of things that he likes to do. He's a very outdoorsy person. Gina was like, I'm not opposed to doing things outdoors. She says, I'm not the type that's going to be like, oh, I can't go outside and get dirty. You never posed those things. Clint and Gina's relationship, again, y'all don't want to hear it, but it was both of them. It was both of them. Yes, it started with her saying, I typically am not attracted to people with gingery features. She said that to him in private. I don't think that was a dig at him. He took offense to the word ginger. He then waited till they were in a group to be like, well, I'm usually, I typically go for more slender, athletic women. He did that to embarrass her. He did that to hurt her because he felt hurt. They never recovered from that moment. Because then when they had a conversation about it and she tried to tell him about himself for doing that, he took it the wrong way. It got escalated. It got heated. We got what an unfortunate turn of events. And then that was that. This was not all on Gina. No matter how y'all want to shake it, it was both of them. Absolutely both of them. Gina acknowledged that things could have been different if someone is fighting for you, and, trying to win you over, trying to woo you, then it's hard not to build an attraction. Gina, nobody is going to want to fight for you if you didn't even want to move into the apartment. Gina all but had to be threatened with being kicked off the show, I feel like, to move into the apartment. You have to make people want to fight for you. You can't keep saying over and over, we're friends, we're friends, we're friends, we're friends, but then turn around and say, well, he's not fighting for me. Why would he fight for your friend? You see what I mean? Like, it was both of them. They both did wrong. They both acknowledged that they did wrong. Now they both know what not to do in the next relationship. Gina also acknowledges that she could have been more vocal in what she wanted out of Clint. I want this from you, Clint. I want you to fight for me. I want you to take me on dates. I want you to do this. I want you to treat me more like a wife. If Gina she acknowledges she did nothing like that. So Clint didn't know that you were even remotely feeling him like that. Gina kept saying it wasn't organic. Organic is y'all not sleeping in separate rooms. Y'all could have camped out in the living room with the damn dog one night, where y'all could have stayed up all night talking in a neutral place. Y'all could have did that in a very neutral place. Clint agrees that, he didn't do any of those things. He didn't fight for her. He didn't do that. He didn't try. That's why it's both of them. It's not like we ever heard Clint say, oh, I really do like her. I really want this marriage to work. We never saw Clint say or do any of that either. So why would Gina think that he does like her? It was both of them. So Clint said that he gives a little speech. Ultimately, he wants a divorce. Gina wants a divorce too. Gina wishes that he would have taken the initiative, and even if it was uncomfortable, she wanted him to just keep moving forward. One thing that Clint did say a lot of was, well, it's awkward for us to do this. It's awkward. I don't know if she's comfortable. You have to take some initiative if this is going to work. Of course it's going to be awkward. Y'all are strangers. We then find out that Clint offered to give her $10,000 for Hank. Now, this is what pissed me off about Clint. In the preview for Life After Decision Day or whatever, is he taking her to court to try to get her damn dog? That's shitty. I don't care what anybody says. That is shitty. That is her dog. That is her dog that she had prior to that marriage. The audacity, the gall, the fuck are you doing trying to take her to court to get her dog? I hope that is just a complete bad edit, and that's not really what Clint was doing, because that will completely change my opinion of him. And I know y'all think it's funny. Oh, he should take her dog. Why? Why should he take her dog? It's not a dog they bought together. That is her dog prior to the marriage. I just that is the number of people that I saw on Twitter tonight saying, well, he deserves the dog. Why? Why does he deserve her dog? It's something wrong with people. I just don't understand, folks. I don't. I can't imagine having a dog that is mine. I go on a TV show where I'm married to somebody for 8 weeks, and then that person tries to take my damn dog because we got a divorce. In what world does that make sense? For all the people that keep saying, oh yeah, he should divorce her and get the dog. What that makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense. Let's see what y'all think about Gina and Clint. Okay. When Gina said she learned she was ready to be married, I actually laughed out loud. Girl, how? Because she now knows what she wants in a marriage. She now knows what she needs to do. I mean, a lot of these people go through this and they find out what they honestly and truly want in a marriage and what they don't want to tolerate. Neither one of them did anything to improve it. Gina made me mute my TV. All we know about her is the salon. Absolutely. We learned absolutely nothing about Gina. Nothing about Gina. We don't know nothing about her. We know that her stylist quit. We know that. We know that stylist quit and she is just pissed about that. Pissed in her. Airris is a big liar but attracting to Jared. The woman he's dating looks a lot worse than Jasmine. Is she more confident though? It's not. It doesn't. Y'all know beauty is in the eye of the beholder. If he doesn't think Jasmine is attractive, he doesn't think Jasmine is attractive. The same way that a lot of y'all are saying Airris is ugly and Jasmine said he was cute. I don't understand why. I don't understand why that troubles y'all. Clint didn't put in effort either. If we're being real, Clint didn't put in any effort either. Neither one of them put in effort. It's like they were both waiting for the other one to do something. Like they were both waiting for the other one to make that first move. And since neither one of them made the first move, now we're at divorce. Gina said Clint didn't chase her or fight for her, but didn't even want to move in and slept in a different room. Exactly. Gina put up fences about the honeymoon. She wasted our time. I don't know how she wasted your time, Mona. I feel like she wasted her own time. She didn't waste my time. Demanding that the relationship has to be organic is kind of ridiculous for the show. These people literally don't know each other, so organic is really not possible. Organic can still be possible if it's, I think the word she's looking for, it's like more natural. You can still have organic chemistry with a stranger. It's possible. What Gina is saying is that they never had conversations or opportunities where they would both be sitting down and they would have just an organic conversation about anything. Everything that they talked from was a prompt or was because the experts told them to. They never just hung out and kicked it and chilled. And then it turned into, okay, so this one time when I was 12, you know what I mean? They didn't have those type of scenarios unless it was prompted. And I think that's what Gina is looking for. It would be awkward. I think he wouldn't want to appear creepy. You talking about the dog? I don't know. I hope that's a crazy edit because the fact that he wants to take her dog, like, that's why she called his ass bizarre. Shit like that. Right. Jasmine may give you a discount. She just might. I think Duchess is a mini golden doodle. I don't know what Hank is. They might be from the same doodle family. Y'all keep saying they wasted y'all time. Y'all know y'all didn't have to watch the show. I don't get that. Y'all didn't have to watch it. It's a lot of people that like fast forward through the couples they don't like. I don't think Clint felt he had to consent to pursue her. They both messed up, but Clint apologized. Clint apologized, but Regina remained cold and wouldn't move forward. They are both responsible, but I think mostly Gina. I doubt. Why are y'all messages moving around? Oh, hold on. I doubt he's trying to take her to court for Frank. That's probably just the part where they go in to sign their divorce papers. Going to bring Hank along so Clint can have a proper goodbye. It very well better be. But you know, Married at First Sight has played in our faces all season with these crazy edits too. So who knows? Clint said he cooked, walked the dog, and gave advice to Gina. We didn't see Gina give Clint nothing but a haircut to showcase her salon. Clint was going to cook regardless because he was going to eat himself. Clint walked the dog because he wanted to. That's not him doing anything for Gina. Clint hung out with that dog because he genuinely wanted to. That had nothing to do with him doing something for Gina. Gina had the dog before him. The dog looked very well taken care of, very well trained. So he was going to do all that regardless. She didn't really appreciate the cooking because I felt her when she said, "You're not cooking specifically for me. You are cooking because you want to cook." There's a difference. There is a difference. All right, y'all. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like the video. I always forget to say that. All right, y'all. Let's talk Chris and Nicole. I didn't take a lot of notes on them because I didn't care. So Chris thinks that they were matched because they both talk a lot and they both have dogs. No, Chris, you have dogs. You have dogs. Nicole, where is your dog? We ain't seen Nicole's dog since her dad brought that dog over for goat yoga. We have not seen Nicole's dog. Nicole hasn't even thought about her dog. We ain't heard Nicole ask about her dog. Nicole hasn't swapped out these dogs. Where is Nicole's dog? Where is Nicole's dog? Where is her dog? I don't get it. Nicole don't like her dog that much because I bet you Gina wouldn't have been willing to give up her dog to let Clint's 5 dogs come live in. Jasmine wouldn't have been willing to give up Duchess to let Airris, if he liked animals, to let Airris's animals come in. It's wild. So Chris's biggest challenge is the constant appeasement and talking about something over and over and over. Well, Chris, we had to talk about the fact that y'all didn't make a plan on where to live over and over and over. So we had to talk about that fact. That is not just something that we can gloss over. And from what we see, y'all still haven't made a decision about that. Nicole wanted to know going into decision day where y'all were going to live with 3 dogs, mind you. Because you're not moving into an apartment. So y'all need to be looking into a house unless Nicole is not going to get to keep her dog. One of the two is true. Nicole realized that she's created issues where they weren't, where she would constantly ask him, "Are you sure you're okay with that? Don't do this for me just because I want you to." And then it would turn into an issue when it was never an issue to begin with. Nicole keeps saying that she wants Chris to put himself first and do all this stuff for himself. He can't do that. He can't want to do that just because you're telling him to. He has to want to do it. So when they talk about what they would like the other to work on, Chris wants her to work on loving herself even more because she's harder on herself than she needs to be. Jasmine should have been sitting right next to her on that couch for that talk. Because it's the same thing. They both have low self-esteem, just in two different, they display it 2 different ways. Nicole is going to let you know her self-esteem is in the dumps. Jasmine's going to act like it's not. Nicole then tells Chris that she wants him to follow through more on the things he wants to do for himself. If you want to wake up early, wake up early. If you want to go to the gym, go to the gym because you feel better about yourself after. Okay. I mean, that's the challenge that you want him to work on. That's the only thing Chris needs to work on. Chris doesn't need to work on, I don't know, communication. Chris doesn't need to work on, controlling his emotions. That man wept. on that balcony because he thought he would not be able to take both of his dogs. He didn't give a damn about you not being able to bring your dog, but he wept because he did not think he would be able to bring his dog. Chris does not have problem-solving skills. That's what that means. Chris is not a problem solver. That's what Chris needs to work on. He said he didn't know what he would do if he could not bring his dogs. You find you don't have nobody that can watch one of them dogs? You don't have anybody that can maybe stay at your apartment and house sit for you? Chris, you have a brother. Your brother couldn't have watched one of them dogs for you? Your brother couldn't have helped you by swapping out the dogs every now and again? Chris doesn't have critical thinking. The critical thinking part of his brain don't work. That's what he needs to work on. But sure. At the end of the day, Nicole said yes. Chris said yes. Chris is going to regret saying yes, I believe. She is going to wear him thin. She is going to wear him thin. Chris does not have problem-solving skills. We have seen that. Because the average person with problem-solving skills, if there's a situation where you can't bring your dog, both your dogs, one of your dogs, you're going to say, you know what? What can I do? How can I solve this? Okay, let me think what I can do. Okay, maybe if you're going to go into action. Now, Chris turned into a blob of a person and wept. Like, that man was sobbing. With a capital B, as in what is going on. He was sobbing. And then was none too pleased to tell Nicole, well, it's okay if you give up your dog as long as I got both? Yes, Nicole traded in her dog for a husband. Absolutely. She sacrificed her dog, her companion, the unconditional love that she's looking for. A husband that really don't like her. Chris does not like her. You can see it all over his face. Chris don't like her. He don't like that lady. He don't like her. I think Chris waiting for Nicole to say it's okay. We can just get a place with your two dogs. He isn't going to leave it up to her to resolve the living situation just like he did on the honeymoon. Yes. Yeah. I wholeheartedly believe that. He's waiting for her to cave and just be like, okay, well, we'll just have your two dogs. My dad can keep mine. Imagine how her dog feels. Not this app showing me exactly who thumbs down the video. That is wild. The thumbs down came flying through here with your name. Okay. I was irritated when he had that emotional breakdown. Then Nicole was superwoman with the solution. Crazy that Nicole was just so willing to give up her dog. Ridiculous. And then last but least, however y'all want to look at it, we have Shaq and Kirsten. Now, we didn't get his answer, but let's talk a little bit about them. So he is so unserious with this suit. Came in looking like a jester. Like, I didn't like it. And then it had high water pants, like them little ankle pants. He had on them thick ass Alexander McQueen shoes. This is Dapper Dylan. Okay. All right. So he said that the wedding is a highlight of the marriage. The wedding was the highlight of the marriage. Okay. So the entire marriage, the entire 8 weeks, the very first day was the highlight. That's not good. He then said that when they were watching TV with his feet laid out across, and her sitting on his lap. Y'all believe that they were sitting like that? Because I don't. Can't y'all picture Shaq laid out with his feet laid out across her? We didn't need the visual of how y'all were sitting. You could have just said, when we was kicking it, watching Power, that was the best. That was the highlight. Kirsten said that when they went to church. I know she don't mean that moment where they sat up in that empty church. It was blasphemous. That can't be the church. That can't be the church service that y'all went to then, when y'all sat in them empty pews and made a mockery of those of us that do go to church. But okay. All right. She also said that meeting her dad and her family was a highlight for her as well. I'm surprised Shaq didn't chime in and say it took long enough, because, you know, that's his claim to fame. It took long enough. It took long enough. It took long enough. Shaq said that it is a challenge to be a leader in the household. And it's because she's so independent. So basically what Shaq said in that moment is that he does not want a strong, independent wife. He wants a wife that is going to let him lead blindly and do what he tells her to do. That's what I got out of it. It is always wild to me when people are like, well, men, it's always wild to me when men are like, I can't lead because you're too independent. So then you just don't know how to be a leader. You don't know how to be a leader. But no woman wants to hear from her husband, it's hard for me to be a man and be a leader. What? Kirsten said, well, it's because he's more emotional and sensitive than me, and it takes a little more time for her to care about his feelings because she's just not like that. I said, that is me. I've been told I'm not empathetic. And I think it's because when stuff goes wrong, my mind goes into, how can I fix it? What can I do for you to fix it, to help you out? I'm not a woo type of person. That's just not me. That's just not me. And I was raised in the house with a man that led. My dad led the family. My mom is independent and worked and earned her own money. But to say that you couldn't be the man, like, just push her away. Like, Shaq might as well got up and just pushed her ass down. Just push her away. Like, sheesh. Shaq said that the next level for them, if they were to say yes, would be to fall in love with each other. Kirsten said it would be improving communication, which y'all need drastically. Shaq then goes into this tirade about how he felt alone on the work trip. Nigga, you are there to work. You are there to work on your work trip. You're not there to play around and have you show off your wife. You are there to work. I went on 2 work trips so far this year. At no point on my 2 work trips, both of which were 5 days long, did I feel alone. You know why? Because you're surrounded with your coworkers. You're working. He then goes on to say that he wants her to be a part of his world. He wants her to be a part of his world. Kirsten feels like a failure because she didn't go to the Memphis trip, and that hurt his feelings. You're not a failure for that. He even said himself that he did not use efficient and effective communication. Shaq should have said, Kirsten, I want you to come on this work trip to Memphis with me. So she can say why, like I would have said, I want you to watch me recruit kids to come to TSU. You want me to watch you recruit kids? Yes. Shaq needs, I don't have my emotional support. I don't have patches. Shaq needs an emotional support animal. Y'all watch Martha's Vineyard? Bria with that dog? That's what Shaq needs. That's what Shaq needs, an emotional support animal. It is wild. Like, your spouse can be a part of your world without sitting on your hip while you're at work. Because I guess my thing is, have you invited her down to the campus? Is she coming down to the campus to like see you work there in Nashville? Or is it strictly, I want you to go 4 hours away with me to Memphis? That doesn't make sense. Then he said that he shows up for her, and even throughout the marriage, he has felt alone. She should be the one that felt alone. We saw you walking in the house and not even speaking to her. She is the one begging you to spend some time with her. While you're telling her, well, I need to spend time with my friends and my mentees and work and all this other stuff. He feels that she does not support his educational endeavors. And I just feel like that's bullshit, because Kirsten has said that she asked him how his work going. Is he checking in with him, doing his homework or working on his dissertation or presentations? How can she not support your educational endeavors? What is she supposed to do? Sit next to you with a book open too and read along with you? Like, Shaq is too needy. These are excuses. He felt alone through the 8 weeks. Kirsten felt alone when she sat up in that living room and you walked in the house and she offered you some salmon and rice that she cooked, and you said, no, I'm good. And then you went in the bedroom. Bye, Shaq. Kirsten said yes. I wasn't shocked. I figured she would. And then Shaq said it has been difficult for him to try to stand up and be the man that she wants. And in that moment, Kirsten should have said, never mind, no. I'm not going to be with any man that said it is hard to stand up and be the man that I need. Shaq and Nicole should be together so they can have constant reassurance back and forth with each other. You look good. No, you look good. You feel great. No, you feel great. You're the best. No, you're the best. That's what Shaq and Kirsten and Shaq and Nicole need. They need to be matched up together. Y'all be wanting to mix and match these people. They need to be matched up together. What man says it's hard for me to stand up and be the man that you want and you need so that I can run the house? Why would she want you to run the house when you said you can't stand up and be the man of the house? Words mean things. Shaq just made himself look a fool. The suit didn't help. The suit did not help whatsoever. Shaq take control of the situation. He didn't know how to. I feel like editing left the whole plot line out, because what was he talking about? Nothing. They didn't leave anything out. They went back and showed everybody's everything. They didn't leave anything out. These are excuses by Shaq. These are excuses. Shaq didn't get over on the honeymoon her saying she didn't want a man with a bald head. You're bald headed. Get over it. You look like you ain't had hair for a while. That head is smooth. You look like you ain't had hair for a while. You haven't had hair in a very long time. Shaq doesn't want a wife, maybe a pet or someone to follow him around. And how can he lead anyone when you act of emotions only? That's the big thing. That's it, Brittany. How can you lead when you're so emotional about everything? Remember when they was about to argue in the plant store because she wasn't picking the plants that he wanted? He's selfish. He's childish. I don't like the comment about how he couldn't be the man for her. I don't know what that was about. It makes no sense. I don't think Kirsten was asking a whole lot of Shaq. We know that she was being facetious when she asked for the $2.9 million house in the Lamborghini. She was being facetious. She said she was being facetious. She said almost in the same breath that we can sit down with a budget, see what we have, what we need, our credit, what we're approved for, then we'll go house shopping from there. Shaq is too emotional. He takes everything too personal. He wants her to sit up under him on a work trip. And is still harping on that. Like, you are still harping on this work trip. Who was there? Did everybody bring their spouse? Like, I need more details. I need way more details. He wants a Stepford wife. Yes. Shaq wants a housewife that is going to be fully dependent on him. He wants it to be where you need me for everything. Everything that I say goes. He wants to feel like the end all and be all to her when that's not the type of woman that she is. You shouldn't want that type of woman anyways. Why do you want somebody that's solely dependent on you? They did not. Kirsten said yes, and then for whatever reason, we have to wait until next week, which is unnecessary. They could have put in that the last 5 seconds of him saying no, because we know that's what's going to happen. We know that's what's going to happen. The way his mom fussed at Kirsten babying him, plus he feels insecure about not growing up with his dad. Well, then he needs to go to therapy because he has daddy issues. He has daddy issues. I thought the work trip was to an HBCU football classic, and that was why he was disappointed. Does Memphis have classic games? I don't know. Maybe it was. He kept saying a work trip. So I don't know. But I mean, tell her that then. We going to this classic game. We going to this football game. People can't do what people don't know what they don't know. People don't know what they don't know. She didn't know. You didn't explain that to her. Ridiculous. Anything else that y'all want to say about the episode? Is there anybody that wants to talk on here? Real quick, I don't want to be on here too long. I do have to work in the morning. But if there's anybody, I'll put a link in the chat if you guys do want to give an opinion on the episode. Let me know, and I'll put the link down in the chat. We'll see if it works. But I'll put the link down in the chat, and you guys can come up for like a minute or two and give your thoughts on any of the couples. Otherwise, that's all I have for tonight. If you have not already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. Since the season is wearing down, make sure you guys check out my other recaps. Housewives, I guess Love and Marriage Huntsville. Martha's Vineyard is really good. He actually doesn't. My brother worked with him, so his job isn't boring. I guess it's boring to him. I don't know. His job isn't boring, but it's not a job that, because I know what he did, but it's not a job that you're going to bring a spouse with you for. TSU does play in the Southern Heritage Classic. I didn't know it was in Memphis, though. Nonetheless, I mean, if y'all were going to a game and that's what you wanted her to go to, you just should have said that. You just should have said that. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate all the support, all the conversations, all the comments. I'll be back next week so we can talk about this other part 2, I guess, of the reunion. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, comment amongst yourselves respectfully. Remember, a reply to a comment is not an argument. All right. Otherwise, I will catch y'all next week for something else. Bye.